I'm Eric, I filmed my phone and welcome to another video. Today we're checking in with our dear friend Alanis Morissette, and I'm really excited. We have 4 songs we're going to be listening to today. The latter 3 are Predator, Uninvited, and No, which are the 3 songs that are redesigned on the Jagged Little Pill soundtrack for like the musical. So I definitely wanted to cover those. But then I also am tacking on to the front the song I Miss the Band, which was just released this past week, I think, which I think she just wrote during quarantine and just made it. And so I'm really excited to, hear these songs, see where she's at now, see where she was at various points with these, individual songs that didn't make a whole album cut. And also, in case I want to get into the Jagged Little Pill musical, I'll then have the context for all the other songs before actually listening to their reworkings. I'm really excited to get into this. I am in a little bit of an antsy mood, so if that energy is translating, just know it's outside factors. So yeah, so let's get into it. First on our list is I Miss the Band. Okay, so we're doing a piano ballad. Okay, classic. Oh, I love her vocal delivery. There's not a day where I don't miss traveling in your company. Where did you go? Feels reminiscent of some other song of hers. 1 + 1 = 50. Maybe that's an inside joke. Not a day that goes by without hearing our music in your head. A virtual huddle as we storm the stage. Unmade bed in Portugal? What? Oh, pretty piano outro. So that was I Miss the Band, and that was a beautiful ballad about, kind of like the opposite of homesickness, more like a cabin fever stuck, at home because we're in a pandemic, and being like, I miss touring, because I know that she was supposed to go on tour last summer, and that she then moved all her dates to this coming summer, and I don't think that's happening either. I don't know if she delayed again or she cancel it, but she's ready to go. She's really ready to break free from, being stuck. And I think we all are. And so I think this song, even if you aren't a musician that tours the world, because there's not as many people in the world that do that, you can, relate to feeling like you want to go travel, or you want to just go see your friends that you haven't really seen in a whole year. So definitely a relatable song, definitely a song that feels very much like it was made in pandemic times. I also think it's nicely complements her Such Pretty Forks in the Road time, her vocal delivery, her piano ballad. It all just comes together to form a very beautiful song. Yeah, I really liked it. It definitely wasn't a ballad that made me tune out. It was a ballad that made me listen. I got most of the lyrics on the first time, which was really good. And yeah, it's definitely a very interesting song. I don't know, it's a song I'm gonna play all the time because it's not something I inherently am going to relate to. But it's a lovely tribute to her band and traveling and her, her chosen family. And so yeah, I like it. I definitely enjoy it. And I'm excited to now kind of go back and see these other songs that she made. Our next song is Predator. Now, this song, we originally only saw its reworking on Jagged Little Pill, but then earlier this year, she did come out with a version that was by her. And I think this was the one that was originally came out. I think it was the demo. So let's listen to it. Ooh, this seems very ominous. Ooh, more piano. First time spotted First I was spotted across the room. I think I know what this song is about. This magnet for predators is dying to be discerning. My eyes are invitations. Ooh, this bridge. Wow. Oh, she seems so solemn as she sings. So that was Predator, and that song was very ominous and solemn, and with good reason. I believe the song was sung at the point in time that pretty much catapults one of the main conflicts in the movie, and that is the assault of, I don't remember her name. It's been a while since I watched the show. I don't remember any of their names, actually, of the family, but like the main girl who does get assaulted. And I believe this is what she sings, as this initial event happens. And like, a very dark song by nature. And it's not something that Alanis has shied away from before, like in telling those types of stories. But like, this is a very raw sound. Like, it's piano. I mean, obviously it's the demo, but like, it tells like raw emotion, almost like the retrospect that you might feel after such an encounter that was, unwelcome, uninvited. And so, yeah, it's definitely something to like reflect on. Like, is it a song that I want to listen to regularly? No, because it's, dark subject content. But I think it's a song that at least is more connectable than I feel like I Miss the Band. I Miss the Band does feel, while it is something that we can relate to being in a pandemic, we cannot relate to, oh, we've traveled the world so many times before, because not all of us have. And so, like, I think this experience, unfortunately, is something that's very relatable for a lot of people. It's all too common. And, like, yeah, it's definitely a story that I'm glad that she chooses to share. And, like, I like hearing this version, like, at having already seen the musical itself and getting the context for what the song is about from that. Our third track to listen to is Uninvited, which came out a long time ago. I do not recall, but it was on like a singles collection and like kind of like a greatest hits compilation, but also was released with that. So it came out a while ago, I believe early 2000s. So we are jumping quite a bit. Oh, drop. I really love how he picked up this theme in the production. It feels better. Oh, I love hearing her young voice there. Oh, this guitar solo, incredible. Oh, that's a rock ending for sure. So that was Uninvited. And that was a very interesting song. Definitely took us back to very rock heavy Alanis. And I looked it up, and apparently it's won Grammys, so congrats to Uninvited for doing that. Yeah, like the song sounds really good. Like it's definitely gonna be sound amazing in headphones. Like it's gonna be, some good rock. Like I see this like similar to Supposed Former Infatuation Junkie and like Jagged Little Pill. Like I see both of those types of sounds in this song. And so it's nice to hear it. Like very like classic Alanis. And yeah, I enjoy it. I think it's definitely something I want to hear again in headphones before I make a final decision, but like I do enjoy it. Lyrically, the internet has a lot of different interpretations of it, and so I don't think it's quite like a Predator level where it's like, oh, like they're, putting themselves onto her, but it definitely seems like it's a situation in which like someone has expressed their interest in her and she is not really that interested in them. And, maybe it's, for her own personal reasons, or maybe she just doesn't want to be with them. Like, she can totally do that. So I don't know exactly, but it definitely feels like there's a difference in like levels here. And I'm not really convinced that it's like forcing oneself on her, but I'm also not fully sure if it's like looking up to her and praising her and idolizing her, and then she's like, "Oh, you're not really that interesting to me." Like, I have no idea. So please share your thoughts down in the comments below. Like, the song came out before I was born, so for a lot of people have a lot of thoughts on it. The last song that we're going to be listening to for this reaction is No, which is not on Spotify, but you can find it on YouTube. I believe it was a bonus track for the Havoc and Bright Lights era, but it's also featured in Jagged Little Pill, the musical, so let's listen. Oh, that's haunting, going back and forth. My gates are ignored. My gates are ignored. I'm offended by your acts of shamelessness. Oh, that's a drop. What part of No do you not understand? Oh. I think this is one of her most blatant choruses ever, and it's effective. Do you not understand? Do you not understand? My body is frozen thanks to you. I love the production. It's so complex with this very simple message. Oh, giving us Alanis vocals. Yes. Oh, climax. Oh, wow. So that was No. And what part of it did you not understand? Yeah, like, this song is very straightforward. I did look up the lyrics just real quick, but like, it's very obviously about very similar themes of Predator with like assault. I can clearly see why this song was put into the musical. I guess also Uninvited might also be related to it, but I should check and see who sings it, because if it's not her, Uninvited might be, the daughter's like, you know, rebuff of a love interest. I don't know. Maybe that's what might be, but it also might relate more to the assault thing now that I'm thinking about it more. Because, like, yeah, like, the song No is very clearly going to be related to that. Like, I can't see when it would have been relevant. Like, it's either related to the assault that the girl receives or that the mom had at one point. I'm not quite sure which, because I do not recall who sings it on the musical soundtrack, but like, I think that makes a lot of sense. Sonically, I enjoyed it. The production was lovely. Like, I'm very much a big fan of the Flavors of Entanglement slash Havoc and Bright Lights eras. Like, sonically, they're really good. I think Guy Sigsworth is really cool. I should probably get into it more. Yeah, so like, I enjoyed the song sonically. Lyrically, it's gonna be very straightforward, and because it references those heavy topics, this might not be something I listen to nearly as often, but like, it is still a good message. I think it's very clear cut, and I wish the song had more traction, because I think it could make a difference in the world. With that said, we have finished this reaction. I have to say, we have 4 different songs. The latter 3 are definitely more related to each other than the first one, which is okay. Like, we're just kind of doing a little catch up and seeing some of more of her more known songs that just weren't really shown on any of my previous reactions, because they weren't on an album. And so it's important that I get to know more of her discography. It's important to me, at least. And like, I'm glad I got to listen to them all today. I think all of these songs are going to go on like my playlist. I don't think any of them get to a top tier level just because like songs that are more about like assault and stuff like that are just not going to be songs I want to listen to that regularly. And like, I Miss the Band is, you know, it's a nice ballad, but like, I don't think it's anything like extraordinary. It's not in her like top 10 best songs because like, I feel like that would be discounting a lot of her songs to say that. So like, I had fun tonight. I did enjoy it even with the heavy topics. And like, it just proves that she can sing and she can create art and music in a variety of different ways, how them sound completely different, even with similar themes. And that's just impressive. She isn't a one trick pony. She does it all. And like, I just find that very impressive. If you like this video, please like it, please comment down below if you'd like me to react or listen to next. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already and you'd like to be. And thanks for watching. This is TurtleStormer. Catch you later.
It's storming turtles from out of the sky. Turtles don't need to know why. Smile big, open your eyes. It's storming turtles, it's storming turtles from out of the sky. Turtles don't need to know why. Smile big, open